Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again, and welcome to The Roads with Belle. Today is November 23rd, 2025, and this is episode 118 of The Roads Not Taken, which is a weekly series where we go over the news that was unreported, underreported, didn't get the coverage we thought it deserved, or we just found it interesting. And then we go through a few questions from y'all. Today is November 23rd, and today is 11235813 Day. It's Fibonacci Day. And on this date, in 1889, the first jukebox was introduced in California. And starting with foreign policy, Trump's surrender sketch masquerading as a peace plan for Ukraine is one of the most embarrassing moments in American foreign policy since, well, the last time Trump was in office. Our allies are openly mocking and insulting the deal, Trump's team, and so on. In Mozambique, an IS insurgency is gaining ground since the U.S. cut aid. There's concern that it will become the new base for moves against the U.S. in the future. Turns out, foreign policy is hard. And that money wasn't wasted, but was protecting American interests. Who knew the people who devoted their lives to the subject of international relations would know more than the man who brought peace between Albania and Azerbaijan? Tensions between China and Japan over Taiwan have continued to escalate. Japan has refused to retract its remarks about backing up Taiwan if need be. Nigeria saw another mass abduction from a Christian school. 300 children were abducted. This occurred after Trump threatened military action in the country. Trump's foreign policy has rendered the perception of American strength so weak that even outlets like Foreign Affairs are suggesting that U.S. allies develop nuclear weapons. No man has done more to weaken the U.S. on the international stage than Trump. Trump has pledged to end immigration protections for Somalis in the U.S. In U.S. news, Trump posted multiple rants about Democrats informing soldiers about their duty to disobey unlawful orders. Soldiers who get yearly training telling them the same thing were, well, let's just say confused. MTG is scheduled to leave Congress on January 5th. Trump and Mamdani met, and Trump praised the New Yorker as, quote, rational. Mamdani confirmed his belief that Trump was a fascist. It was really a unique meeting. I hope I have time to get something out about it. Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell joined the race for the California governor's office. The Republican plan to hand some Republican senators a $500,000 payday because their phone records were examined during an investigation into attempts to overturn the election is causing controversy and division within the Republican Party. Some Democrats are suggesting a 2-year extension of the ACA tax credits. Some are suggesting that's just handing the Republicans a gift and allowing them to avoid the consequences of their horrible policies at the midterms, while not actually solving the issue. Tennessee's 7th District was shaping up to be a science experiment to gauge how badly Trump had hurt the Republican Party. However, political groups are dumping so much money into the race that it will likely influence the outcome and void the results of the experiment. Trump's prosecution of Comey seems to be falling apart. In cultural news, Jimmy Kimmel accused Trump of trying to get him fired again and said, quote, quiet, piggy. A Superman #1 that was found in an attic sold at auction for more than $9 million, making it the most expensive comic ever sold. In science news, RFK Jr. said he directed the CDC to remove statements saying that vaccines do not cause autism. Researchers, scientists, and advocates for autistic people are livid. The EU is raging against what it calls a weak COP30 deal. It doesn't include references to fossil fuels, which are the biggest contributor to climate change. In economic news, crypto is heading for its worst month since 2022. Bitcoin has lost almost $1 trillion since its October high. It's now lower than when Trump took office. Some leading economists are suggesting it's an early warning for the stock market. There's a developing idea that crypto trades are a good measure of risk appetite in the market. Trump's bailout of Argentina is falling apart. The part of the deal that depended on private banks in the U.S. has been shelved by the banks, who are looking at smaller loans. The Fed won't get key inflation data before its next rate cut decision. U.S. consumer sentiment continued to collapse under Trump's economy. It's nearing an all-time low. In oddities, an image went viral showing President Trump kneeling in front of President Bill Clinton. It prompted a lot of discussion. The image is fake. Trump's DOJ has reportedly launched an investigation into those bizarre claims that Trump believed about Venezuela trying to manipulate the 2020 election. On to the Q&A. Our first question. What is going on with the stock market? It's up and down based on the same news. The stock market is completely untethered from fundamentals. It's probably going to be like this for a while. When they say a Trump decision is unlawful, why doesn't anybody ever get arrested? So, unlawful and illegal aren't the same thing, even though the terms get used interchangeably. Illegal generally means it's prohibited and carries penalties. Unlawful doesn't. There's obviously some more nuance than that, but as a general rule. Why does it seem like groups in Nigeria are becoming more active since Trump threatened them? Are they calling his bluff? It doesn't make sense. It kinda does. Trump threatened to put U.S. troops in. That didn't really scare them. If U.S. troops were present, they can call on foreign groups to join their fight. They're trying to use Trump as a recruiting tool. And depending on how he reacts, it might work. So, that looks like it. A little more information, a little more context, and having the right information will make all the difference. Y'all have a good day.